I was challenged by the Minor Brothers to show you what's behind me. So, are you ready to see it? Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. I'm Doc Martinez, and yes, I was challenged. I was challenged by the Minor Brothers from Minor Stuff. They want to see what I have behind me, all the whiskeys that I have. They showed theirs. I actually really like their collection. They have a very, very good collection, but I was challenged to show mine, so let's get to it.
All right, so I think the best place to start would be the shelf right behind me that you guys all see with my name on it. We'll start here at the top. And this is where I keep most of my BTAC. You can see I have a few George T. Staggs. Back in the back, that's a Woodford Reserve, the baccarat. That was something my wife got for me early on. We still haven't even popped it open, but it's something I do want to share with her. Moving across the top here, I mean, we got my Darth Vader up there. Hardly ever, you can't really even see him in the videos, but there he is. We got some Rip, we got some Van Winkle, Pappy 15 that I was lucky enough to get last year. Just got that handy in the back, and then WLW. I do have some of the Heaven Hills, and both of those are open. Both good pours. I'm looking for the 19 year, and hopefully I'll be able to get that coming down. I have some Willet here. It is the purple top Willet, some Four-Gate. My favorite little back Burr Rise. I love Burr Rise if you know me, so I do collect them. I have that Cellar Age, but it's also kind of hiding my Still Austin. Now, Grogu here, he's hiding a few bottles here, but they're just little blends. Prudent Pappy that I made, and Zero Wisdom, and a few other ones. I do have another one in the back there, and that is Wild Turkey Forgiven, which is a Burr Rye. There's a big story behind that, so that's a fun story. One day maybe we'll talk about it. Got the birthday bourbon that I have. My daughter's hit it quite a bit because this bottle we just got this year. Moving over, here's a little bit of my Jack selection. You see the 14, the 12. That 12 is from last year. It's not this year. I'm still hunting for the one from this year. This Twice Barrel is actually really, really good. And there's a few other ones in the back there as well. Let's see. We got the, the Coy Hill back there. And let's see what's behind this. Another 12, but that's batch 1, and this is batch 2. Scooting down my little Penelope section. I really like this Havana a lot more than I thought I would. So it's actually one of my favorite Penelopes. I should have the cigar batch coming in. Hopefully that will be in pretty soon. And then moving over here, I do have this filled with E.H. Taylor right now. That's actually going to be emptied out pretty quickly. And this is actually filled, I believe it's the Woodford I put in the barrel the first time. So I have that in there. My wife likes to make him seem like he's humping. So that's why that's on there. This was given to me by my online son, Iceman. And so I have that back there. Some Barrel, some Midwinters back there. Haven't been too crazy about those. Rare Perfection, I got this because of how good they say it is. Need to pop that open one day. My little Backbone series here on the side as well. Dropping down 2XO. Yep, I got some 2XO here. Honestly, 2XO is not my favorite. I just saw the new vinyl one. I didn't pick it up. I need to so I can review it, but hasn't been my favorite. Here we go. We got this one. I got this because if you look inside, it's actually really cool. Look at the bottle inside. You can see a distillery inside there. And then moving over, we do have my Redwood Empire with a few bottles in the back there as well. Here's Whiskey Tree. Now, if you haven't had Whiskey Tree, ooh, you're missing out. You're missing out. Definitely want to grab some Whiskey Tree if you ever see it. It's such a good pour. Look at, I pretty much killed that bottle within a few months, and I don't kill bottles very often. Here we go. E.H. Taylor section. Got a few of them. Got a few all the way back. You're getting a few away on my live as well. Here's my Found North area. And I do have quite a few Found North. So I do like Found North products. They've hit and miss in the last few with me. However, I do like them. And the older ones I seem to have liked more. Now down to this bottom shelf, it's stuff that doesn't really go anywhere sometimes. And it's also because how tall these bottles are. So you can see tall bottles. So we do have like Willet and one of my favorite hazmats ever, Buzzard's Root. You know, we got some whiskey over there. We got some of Wade's favorite Colorado whiskey and Old Man and just a few things in the corner, some cognac. So I'm hunting some cognacs. And the reason I'm hunting them is because they're cigar blend cognacs. And Miss Nancy Friendly gave me that list to try. Now, there's stuff on the floor. These are not normal on the floor. I have them because I'm planning to do a video with them. but I had to move them off my desk. So this is this area. All right, so next I'm going to come to the top of this shelf. So here we have the Whistle Pig limited edition. Now I got that, I thought it was a cute bottle, but it's actually not a bad pour. I'm not a big Whistle Pig fan, but I do like that. We got some bookers here, and you can see that Penelope back there. I'm having my little book in this area, and also if you look here, my Calumet. This is what the, was it 17, 18 year? I did a review on that, so if you have not seen that, I put that out. Behind it, I have hidden a Boss Hog, and that's a Jack Daniel's Sinatra. Long story behind that one as well. So we're going to start moving down onto the shelf here, so let me get in a position so I can do that. So here's where I have my Wellers and some, Buffalo Trace stuff. Now, my Wellers, I do have the Weller 12. I have this complete lineup. Now, of course, I don't have the Millennial or the, what's the other one? What's that one that's made with the Egyptian corn? I don't have that one either. So I want to say it's like Jacob Weller. It has a different name. So I do have these. My biggest disappointment in this is actually this single barrel. I didn't really like that one too much. That's a single old project that never opened up, but guess what bottle it is? It is bottle 22. We got some kosher and just, regular Wellers here. We'll move this over. So in the back here, I do have a few of the old fits. This one I did pick up last year at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and then I managed to pick up a few extra. I picked up this one not too long ago, the 19 year, and opened it up on a live and got to share a lot of it. Apparently, I shared a lot of it that night, so look how much we dented just that one night. Now, if you know me, you know I like Stag. So this is my Stag section here. And yes, I have managed to pick up 1 through 18. And I think I'm actually currently caught up. I think I finally got them. A buddy of mine, Smokey Bear, helped me catch the last few I needed. And so I got the last few Stags. Now, you're probably wondering, what is that? So that's an infinity bottle that I have. And that infinity bottle is actually Stag Juniors 1 through 18. So Stag Junior only, Stag 1 through 18. You're probably wondering what these are. These are actually, somebody else sent me some samples so that I have, and there's a whole story behind them. We'll talk about that on the live or something one time. So I do have most Stags. I believe I am caught up to date with their current production. Now, coming down, you got an Elmer T. Lee, but I also have this Stag here. Now, you're probably wondering, wait, that has Stag Infinity on it too. Yep. So that is all Stags I have. The other one's only 1 through 18. This actually has all the ones that I currently have. And that's where I have a project going with that. So maybe you guys will want to join that later. I also over here have the Blantons that I do have. I did a blind with those. I don't think I put it, I filmed it, but I don't think I put it up. It was fun. It was fun doing that. I did it with, straight from the barrel, black label, gold. We also have the green label, and that's the red label there. Got a few in the back. Now, I haven't hunted to collect all the horsies. Not high on my list, but if I do one day, hopefully. And actually, it'd be kind of cool. I was talking to Tom Black today, and he's collecting all the gold ones, which I think would be kind of cool too, because those actually look really nice. I like those. Coming down one more shelf is right now my Jack shelf. So as you can see, I like Jack apparently. I got a lot more than I even thought I had. When I put them all on the shelf, I was like, holy cow, I do have a lot of them. And a lot of these are those higher proof ones, as you can see, 134.9, 128.9. We also have like single barrel there, distillery series. We have this one, which I haven't opened yet. What is this one? Maple wood finished. And then some of the Jack, the single malt. I did do a review on that one. Just haven't gotten it out. And then another, what is this? Is it a Coy Hill again? I think it's another Coy Hill right here. Yeah. Moving down, we got the Baumburgers and Shanks. My Bardstown area. I like Bardstown. There's just so many of them. This is actually a really good pour. This one signing, I got it when I was at the, I believe I got that one when I was over there at KBF. And I know I got this one at KBF the first year. Moving over to my Old Forester section. I have very few of the 117 series. I actually need to pick up more of those. I do like Old Forester. I like a lot of their pours. Did a little disappointed with the King Ranch. I was expecting a little bit more from it, but overall, not bad. I do enjoy. I have a lot of blue labels. I have a lot of green labels, and those are in another section. This is just what fit in this area. Coming down, I have Old Elk Infinity. I like Infinity bottles. I think they're pretty cool. And a buddy helped me get one, and I have those there. A lot of barrel. Now, I do like barrel products. Look at that back there. It looks like a little military back there, barrel product. It's all barrel back there and all the way across. These are really good. I really enjoy those as well. Little old hiding in there. And then some Bakers and some Yellowstone. I actually don't know why I have these over here. They should actually be in a different section, but that's what we have on this shelf. So time to move on to the next shelf. So we're going to start at the top of this shelf. As you see, it looks like a whole bunch of like Irish whiskey, Scotch whiskeys, and that's mostly what it is. This is when I went to Scotland and Ireland, and I picked up quite a few pours over there. It was a lot of fun. Now, and the Standard Jack's just thrown in there. I actually just got that for Christmas or my birthday. I think it was my birthday. Haven't popped that open because I've had samples of it. I like that. And Standard Jack's actually a pretty good pour. And just recently, if you saw my last one, my last bottle haul, I just added the Macallan 18. I really didn't enjoy that pour, but quite a few of them up here. The bad thing about them being up here is they're hard for me to reach, so I don't get to, taste them as much as I would like. But I need to reach out to them and, grab a few of these a little bit more often. I did do a blind with the Bakers and with the Whiskey Shaman on the single malt world whiskeys. And we're going to be doing one on American ones sometime soon. So we're going to come down and start coming down into the shelf right here. So we're going to start up here with Russell's. I have a Russell's 10s, Russell's Reserve, this private barrel pick. I know people always say to pick these up. I see them a lot in my area, so I only have one. Then we have some of the Russell's Rick House, which I did open up. My Russell's 15, which is almost gone. I never got a backup for that one, and some Russell's 13. We have a few in the back as well. Some more Rick Houses, and I think I have another 13 back there I think I have two more from the years prior to this one. So moving over, I did get the Michter's single barrel that was actually a gift to me. I do have that barrel, the Heritage. I have Parker's Heritage. I haven't tried that one yet. I hear mixed reviews. So it's one that I probably need to pop open to see what I think about it as well. And you see these samples there. I'm always getting samples ready for stuff. Now, this one I got because when I was out there in Kentucky, I got to hang out with Wade and also Tom Black. And this is one of the pours we had that night, and I really enjoyed it. So I found a bottle and have this here. Haven't popped it open yet, but I need to. Moving down, this is actually my cigar section for the most part. I do have the Nancy Fraley special releases here as well. But for the most part, I have most of my Joseph Magnus cigars, and there's a bunch of them back there. I do like those. And at first, they're super hard to find, and lately I've been able to find them a little bit better. So pretty excited about that. Old Elk, Copper and Cask. We got, why? Oh, I have this up here because it's something that Miss Nancy Fraley is a part of. And the new one that I have is pretty interesting is this one. It's a Texas cigar malt, and it's the first cigar malt ever made in, I believe, ever. And it was made in Texas, so that's pretty exciting. And then, of course, one of my favorite ones, Fridays at Fred's, is there. So thank you guys for getting that to me. When we move down, we have some Knob Creek here, just some 12s, and I think some 18s and 15s in the back there. I finally got a Smoke Eye, which this is the new one. I don't have batch one, so I would like to, get batch one and do that. I keep the wild turkeys here, just in case at the end of any live, Tom Black likes to drink some wild turkey. So have my little wild turkey section here. Nothing too crazy, but have some good pours. This generation is honestly a great pour. I wish I could find it at a decent price. And I actually really enjoyed this new wild turkey 101 8-year. I do want to compare it to, where is it? Yep, the one right next to it. I do want to do a comparison with those two and see how much of a difference there is. So that'll be fun, something I'll do soon. Coming down, I do have some Woodford. This is my Woodford Reserve area. Master's Collection Edition, what they're calling. This, if you saw my haul the other day, I did pick up these. I just have them here because I don't have anywhere to put them yet, and I actually plan to do something with them sometime soon. Rod and Hammers, and then we have the Hardin Creek. I have all the Hardin Creek. I've always wanted to do blind with them. Haven't had time to do that as well. I got my Frey Ranch, my Red Line, some Good Times. So just different kinds of fun pours here. Coming down here to Four Roses. Yeah, we got Four Roses. Now this is an experiment. It is a white dog with some spirals in it. I got that idea from your drinking buddy, so that's always fun. Larkin. Oh, Larkin's one of my surprise pours from KBF last year. One of my surprise ones that I really enjoyed. This is actually Lazy K Bar, and it's the guy from, what is it called? It's the guy from Yellowstone, and it's a celebrity whiskey, but it's actually a pretty good pour. I actually really enjoyed it. We do have a lot of Art of the Spirit back here. I do enjoy a lot of the Art of the Spirit stuff, and I pick these up usually when I'm traveling. And then here in the corner is the 1792. I'm collecting most of them. I don't have those two hard to get ones, but I will work on those. Down here, just some of the leftover crazy stuff that I have, and just down here on the bottom. So if I want something to try or something different, I can always still do that. It goes all the way back. This is full pretty much on the bottom. I do have my only gin that's not in the gin area because my online adopted son gave that to me. Some Prideful Goat, the 15 year. That's the first batch. It was really good. This actually makes hella old fashioned. So if you ever want to make an old fashioned, Alberta Primo is actually really good. And I also have some early times. And this is the one that I just got recently. It's a black top. And I owe that to Davey. Davey, thank you. Now you're probably wondering if those are, my daughter put them in here. I don't know why they're in that corner, why those little, so not sure. All right, let's get on to the next section, guys. So this next section is just a section where I have some bottles that didn't fit other places and, boxes, and they just kind of fit here perfectly. Wild Turkey 12 is great pour. And then I have these little ones. I've never tried either one. I do need to pop those open. Some Angels Envy. These are, just different ones. This one's Specs, a Sherry Select, and this is the KBF Bourbon Festival from KBF last year. Also got some Johnny Walker Blue. I am a nerd. I do like books, so I do carry books and have the books. And in the beginning, when I first started doing this, wow, I used them a lot. A few things that I would recommend from this shelf is, one, Liquid Intelligence. Fun book if you're trying to make some different stuff. It just gives you great ideas. It's hard to explain it. It's really good it's a really good book. Another book here is, our buddy Steve the bartender. He has that book out there. I think it's still available. Something that, if it is, I'll put a link in there. I don't have one of my other favorite books in here. It's in the living room, but I'll list it below. It just gives you flavor profiles, how to mix flavors, and it's just very interesting. Scrolling down, so this is the first shelf that I have, and this is picks I picked up from you guys out there that do your picks. I try to support. I try to get everybody's pick that I know, and so this is my first shelf of it. And then of course I have one more shelf of it here as well. So I have room for those. And then coming down here, somebody gave me the Cuddy Shark and the proper 12s I have in here. The famous Grew. So when I first started, there's some interesting pours, like a book that I was using to make some old fashions, and I bought that. I never made that one. So I need to go back to that book and actually start making those old fashions as well. Now there is a 20-year Widow Jane in the corner there. And yeah, that's where it belongs, bottom shelf. Not that great. I wasn't impressed with it. And then moving down here. So these are just bottles. They need to be moved. But what they are is stuff that I barreled. I put them back in their jars, and that's where they're at. So we're going to move on to the shelf to my left here. So I'm going to start at the top. I don't know why I have early times over there and early times in the back as well. Woodford, that's the rest of my Woodfords there. Some more extra Bardstowns, my Yellowstones. I have quite a few Yellowstones. And just some Gentleman Jackson, just some interesting things up there. They're not filled all the way to the back. They're my top shelves. I had just built this shelf just recently. Now, on those two right there are those right, where are they? Right there. Those both are Star Trek bottles. I haven't even opened them. I just got them, but definitely something I want to try just for fun. And I keep my Buffalo Trace up there as well. Now, that Old Forester corner, that's where I keep all my extra Old Foresters, the black labels, the blue labels, and that's what they are. And the extra 1924 I have, but blue labels, green labels, and here we go across. Now, this little section right here, I actually did this, and this is what I picked up when I was over there. It's spillway, so I just kind of put a section for it. I'll kind of have to rearrange all this stuff sooner or later, but that's why I have that there. I got some Peerless in the corner here as well. Now, looking down here, I have all my Larceny and all my Elijah Craig going all the way back. And this is, you're wondering probably why Bruzel's here. This was one of those spillway things, and he did that Infinity Barrel. Haven't popped it open yet. He said, let it sit for a while so it kind of blends, and that way we can taste that. Moving over a little bit more Elijah Craig. Here's my Sagamore area. Trying to collect more Sagamore stuff so I can taste more of them. I always hear great things about them, and the few pours I've had of them, I have enjoyed. We got a Short Barrel Bee's Knees here. This one was a gift given to me. I really did like it. It's a good pour. And then I have some Jimmy Red Corn. I've been wanting to do a red corn comparison with the Still Austin. And then I got a James Pepper there as well. Moving down, I do have some extra Goat, that first batch. And this is kind of just a corner of just stuff I pulled off and put back on the shelf. So once again, it needs to be rearranged. Not perfect for what it is. Yes, I do have a Dickel on the shelf. I got this early on because the first or second year, this actually won Whiskey of the Year, and I picked up a bottle of it. And honestly, for a Dickel pour, I think I grabbed two of them, and for a Dickel pour, it's actually not worse. It's not the worst, but I haven't had it in such a long time. Who knows what my palate would think now? I have here just a few mixology things, so these are shelves where things I need to do. I have infusions, I have, mixology, I have smokers, I have, 12 nights of cocktails and another, way to make them. So it's just a shelf of ideas that I haven't gotten to, but I plan to sometime soon. And then in here, I actually don't even know what's in this one. I don't know. I think it was a bottle my wife broke, and I think I had to put that in there. So not too sure what's in there right now. Coming down, we got some Maker's Mark here, some more Russells, some Crown. Now, early on, I picked up a lot of Crown thinking it'll be easy to make old fashions with a bunch of flavored Crowns. Most of these are not open. So, no, that was a big, epic fail. Lux Row, picked that up when I was out there. Lux Row has some good stuff. I do enjoy some of their pours. Devil's River is a Texas one. I got this when we were going to do a Texas blind and just haven't tried those. The McKenna, hit and miss sometimes. Whistle Pig, as I said, not a big fan of, but if the older ones I seem to like a little bit more. They don't seem to have that major earthiness that they had. Oh, look, here's the other one I told you. I knew I had two of them. This is the one that I did have open. So I knew I had more than one. Coming down, so these two last shelves are taller shelves, so that's probably why I have that blue label there, the High West in that corner, JBS. My Copper and Cask are in there. And this is a Bruiser one. I did pick up, I love supporting. I didn't put it on the shelf over here because it is not a pick. It is his first blend. And actually, I popped it open on the live the other night, and I really did enjoy it. Coming over, I got some Essence. I got quite a few of those Evernorth stuff. I like them. Some of them were a little spicy to me. Others were really good. But once again, I love the support, so I definitely do buy them when I get the opportunity. Moving down, New Riff has some good stuff. I really like New Riff, and I like some of the stuff they do. Stranahan's. I'm not a big malt guy, but if I'm going to drink malt, I'm going to drink a American malt. Stranahan's is a good one to do. Now, this is another one I did pick up at KBF. One hell of a pour. Wish it sold in my area. Do have some Redwood Empire here. I like Redwood Empire. They have good stuff. I like their cask strength a little bit more, but I know other people like their regular stuff. So some extra of my Still Austins where I have them hidden. And actually, this box is actually an Italian whiskey. The only reason it's here because there's something I'm supposed to be doing with that, and I haven't done that yet. So it's in the wrong spot, but it was supposed to be in the front to remind me to get that done, and I forgot it was there. So I need to move that. Coming down, a Smoke Wagon. Now, I'm not buying too much more Smoke Wagon. Some of it's good, some of it's not, but it's just not impressive enough for me and not enough to take the space on my shelf that it does. So I'll keep these, finish them off. Extra space where I have some Eagle Rare and some small batch. Always gotta have some of those. And talking about when we did that review on single malts, that was in there. Go watch that because it is freaking funny the description on this one. And this is an expensive bottle, but it's on the bottom shelf. Now, this is something I just picked up recently, La Llorona. I'm going to be doing a tequila review sometime soon, and that's why that's there. And then here in the corner, there's some cognacs and stuff that my wife just put down there. Rabbit as well, and like she used to drink a lot of martini, so I do have that big Grey Goose in the corner there as well. So there we go. We're gonna move on to the next shelf. Now my wife's probably gonna be mad that I'm showing you this big mess, but this is where I keep my cigars. You look at that. And then here I have some extra bottles. The reason I have all these Evan Williams right here is because I plan to do a blind with them. I finally got that one. I'm pretty excited. So I have a few extra bottles here. These are just little different ones, and this deadline's actually from a while back, and I never tried it. These are actually from Canada, and that was a fun. Ancient Grains was actually kind of fun. This shouldn't be here. It should be on the shelf below, which I'm going to show you. So mixers, this is where I keep most of my mixers or odds and ends. So I keep them on this shelf as well. And then down here, I have like my gins, my chartreuse, my tequilas, my rums, stuff like that I don't use for my stuff most of the time, but I do have them if I do need them. So I have them on this shelf in here, kind of hidden, not even in view really. So there you go. I'm gonna go on to the next section. So this is the next section, and this is my bitters area. As you can see, I do carry a lot of bitters. I do like bitters. That's still awesome there because I just need to get it up there and put it away. I'll show you that in a second here. And then I do keep my glasses here so that they're available to me and able to grab. And then this is where I keep a lot of my mess as well. So, but if you look farther down, I have glasses, I have Glens, and then down here, my extra box of the Still Austin Tanager. And then on the bottom here, this is where I keep all the samples. I finally got them organized to keep all my samples in one spot. And that's what I'm trying to do. And then I'm doing those lives on Wednesday where I'm pulling 3 to 4 samples and getting a trial of them. So now I finally have something to do with them. That was always my plan and never got to do it. So pretty excited about that. So here we are on to my next area. And this is pretty much my Texas section. I cannot talk right now for some reason and say the state of Texas. As you can see, I do like Still Austin. Those gaps are for a reason. I do have a live Friday and we're going to be doing some Still Austin stuff. So they're pulled out for that. Above it are some of the special releases that they have. And I have quite a few of those as well as those rares. Then you look on top, I keep the other extra ones. So this is the only thing that's not Texas in my area, which are the wild turkeys. But I'm going to go to the other side to kind of show you that area over there as well. All right, so we're on the other side of the shelving. And you can see here, I have some Garrison Brothers that I just grabbed. And I got these because, look, you can see that they were different. They're older. So the first one is, let me see, release date was fall of 2012. And this one was actually, I think, 2013. Here are a few more. These 1835s are also Texas whiskeys. Then I got to the Balcones section. So Balcones has a lot of different ones. There's a few that I do really like, and there's a few that I don't. But, you know, it is what it is. And then we're going to this area here, and we have Maverick. So this is a special release Maverick. Actually, Locktar helped me get this before he left Texas, and it's actually a really good pour. I really do enjoy it. Moving up to the next shelf is where I have some of my Garrison Brothers. So I have some single barrels. One of these actually single barrels is the one that we did go pick. I do have also the honey, which actually my daughter, Deanna, who doesn't like any, she actually liked that one. The Guadalupe is a great one, Lady Bird. And then moving on over, we have some Milam and Green. I plan to do something with Milam and Green soon. I'm hoping that I can get them on and we can actually do a live together. Up top, that was one of those I got to pick when I went to the distillery. Some extra Milam and Green, and that's a special pick there as well. My Rebecca Creek, and then above that, I do have my Cowboys that I have. I did pick up an extra Cowboy that's not up there yet. Thank you, Whiskey Shaman. So this adds to my Cowboy collection. Now up here, you see these pineapples. You see some Grand Marnier. You see the Hirsch. So this is just an area where I have some odds and ends, some tequila, some Plaza Azul, which, you know, it's okay. All right, so this is the last section for me to film. It's in a different room, and the reason it's in a different room is this. When I have my live next Friday, Friday the 13th, and June the 14th, so it's going to be on Friday and Saturday, these are bottles I'm giving away. There's 22 of these bottles will be leaving my house, and we have some extras, you know, cigars and matches and a few happy cigars to give away. But this is the section that I've had to keep it all in, keep it separate from my stuff. So there is a lot of good stuff on here. So if you have not done it yet and you want a chance to have one of these bottles here, then you definitely need to go subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, you won't be able to win. And there you go, a little sneak peek of what's coming out.
Whew, that was a lot to go through. My voice got tired from talking so much. Wow, that's my whiskey. Now, I don't call it a collection. My wife says it's a collection, but I don't. And why? Because all my whiskey is open or ready to be open so that I can share with you guys. I always feel like if you call it a collection, it's because you're putting it there and you're hoping it increases in value, and that's not me. I want to taste my whiskeys, and I like to share them as well. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of what I have? What am I missing? What should I be hunting? Is there anything that you saw that I haven't done a review on that I should be doing a review on? Because, you know, if I do a review, I will share. Well, my friends, hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed making that video. It was kind of like a hunt video, so it was kind of fun. I want to thank the Minor Brothers for challenging me. This was actually a lot of fun to do. I had done one way in the past, but there's a lot of differences since then. It's amazing how fast a collection can grow so quickly. So before I forget, I actually want to challenge a few of my friends out there as well. So first on my list, Wade from Bourbon Haul. Love to see all your whiskey, especially that floral whiskey you claim you have. So looking forward to seeing that. My other one, Whiskey Shaman. Now, buddy, I know you got a lot of interesting stuff there that I know I want to look at. I'm sure some other people want to look at as well. So your challenge. And last but not least, the bakers. Man, you guys always get new bottles, kill bottles, and all that fun stuff. So I want to see what you have on your shelves right now. So hope to see those videos pretty soon. Thank you for joining me on another journey down my whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends, cheers.